All right, so Keith has been explaining both at noon and when we came on the air at 4, kind of this little shift in the temperature for the weekend, but it's still a decent weekend. It's not like a storm rolled in out of
It's
anywhere.
fine.
Well,
it's fine.
Frankly, if you're one of the many fishing derbies, you're probably more okay with
Very
this
glad.
weather.
True. However, I will say the area that was going to be warm tomorrow isn't really that spot as much. Like, it was going to be southern and western Maine, which is why I felt good about it. And the mountains were going to be like 38. But
Still.
we'll talk about it. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, like from York to Portland to Pops 50s this time of year, there's not usually a ton of complaints there. But, you know, today was kind of an interesting day. It was cloudy through the middle of it, made it feel a lot cooler. We ended up, though, getting to 40 degrees in a lot of spots, 41 in Augusta, 38 in Bangor. So an above average day. We broke some sun through the afternoon. That made it feel a little bit better, right? Tonight, we're going to be relatively mild, freezing or above for most of the state all evening long. So what happens tomorrow is we're really relying on southwest flow to bring in the warmer air. But it looks like the southwest flow maybe is not quite strong enough to offset a naturally occurring sea breeze. And so the ocean is 39 degrees. So if the wind comes off the water, guess what? 39, 39, 39, 39. There's a reason for that. So I'd say a place like Freiburg, maybe to Cornish, maybe to Sanford has a chance to be mild tomorrow. The rest of us will be in the upper 30s, low 40s. Isolated rain showers in the afternoon, starting in the mountains, getting to the coastline through the late afternoon and early evening. Looks like it's pretty light stuff, but just be aware we could catch a quick shower. Because the temperatures look cooler tomorrow than originally, I actually feel like Sunday is the better of the 2 weekend days now, because we actually break a good deal of sunshine through the middle of the day into the afternoon, and we should be able to push into the upper 40s in quite a few spots. So I think it kind of flips, at least in my opinion. The better of the 2 weekend days becomes Sunday. Either way, it's a pretty nice weekend. As Amanda alluded to, it's not like all of a sudden, you know, we're going to have a storm or anything. It's just not quite as mild as originally thought. So there's that southwest flow. We're still watching our storm for Tuesday. We've got a quiet day in between on Monday. Models are coming into slightly better agreement here on this storm system, and it looks a little bit like we talked about yesterday, which is I feel more comfortable with this storm over southern Maine and maybe into the mid-coast than I do over central and northern Maine. At this time, this doesn't look like a big deal for the mountains, for example, or north of Bangor, for example. Coming through on Tuesday, it looks like the heavier snow stays to our south. There's still a lot of jaunts back and forth by the models, though, so we've got time for this to adjust. Just kind of verbatim, so you have an idea. This is what the European model is giving us for snow. And keep in mind, some of this is actually happening Saturday night, so it really cuts off just about here, and it has several inches down to the south. So I would feel better about this being accumulating snow in Kittery than I would in Orono, for example. So we'll keep an eye on that, but it doesn't look like a huge storm for us either way. Watching another one for Friday, we discussed that. It's going to be every couple of days in this type of pattern. But I'm not super amped about this pattern. Like, you know, sometimes I get really excited when it looks like we're going to catch a few storms in a row. This looks like we've got chances.
They're out there.
They're out there,
But
it certainly could be the case that Massachusetts gets more snow over the next few weeks than we do, based on kind of how this pattern is developing.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Keith, thank you.